what do you know about the town of Barnstable, where you live and where you do business? With me today, two folks that are going to teach you all about the town of Barnstable coming in January. Arthur Cato and Sue French. The Leadership Academy for the town of Barnstable is taking applications right now. That's pretty exciting.
Yep.
As we speak.
As we speak. 26th session?
26th, yep.
26 years. So let's talk about how did this even get started? Why a Leadership Academy?
Okay, it actually started in 2003. We used to run 2 courses a year, but we now run 1 a year. And it started when the then town manager, John Klim, discovered there was a disconnect between citizens and their town government. And so he charged Meg Loughran and myself with trying to study this and figure out what we could come up with. The first go-to was the successful Police Citizens Academy, which Arthur used to facilitate. And we took some points from their book. We also studied citizens academies around the country, which there aren't very many. And we kind of devised our own program to fit Barnstable's needs. And we came up with a pretty good program, we thought, for teaching people what about their municipal government and where your tax dollars go and what you do. Mm-hmm. And it started in 2003 was the first class. Wow. And we are on our 26th.
So this is an interactive, this isn't just coming in and getting talked at, right? This is an interactive 11-week course. Tell us a little bit about that interactivity. What can people expect?
It's an 11-week course where you'll meet everyone from the town manager to all of the department heads throughout the town. It gives you an overview as to what each individual department's doing. It gives the citizens of the town a better insight how things are being done within their town, and they get an opportunity to meet some of the folks that are working for the town. It was quite the eye-opener for myself. After working a career in the police department, thinking I knew everything about the town, but after going through the course 3 to 4 years ago, it was an eye-opener for myself.
Right, and then they corralled you to be on the team.
I don't know about corral.
Yeah.
You wanted to help.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. So it's 11 consecutive weeks, and you talked about that. Some of the departments or all of the departments are highlighted, but you also go off campus. So obviously town hall and school administration's here at the town green. But what's this off campus piece?
Each week we meet at a scheduled area or a location, a predetermined location. So the participants will now have an opportunity to see different facilities within the town, such as the senior center, the high school, the DPW, town hall, Sturgis Library, so on and so forth.
Oh, wow. So they get to go, HYCC, they get to go to all the facilities that are town and owned operated.
Right. It's amazing how many places in the town, like example, the airport. How many people have never been to the airport? We get a full tour. It is interactive. They get to really see the inner workings of the airport. Another one's the fire station. They get to see how the jaws of life work. So it is not just lecturing, as you said. And as Arthur said, we go to all the different town locations. And people that had grown up here, there were things that they didn't see. Along with a tour, we do a Saturday bus tour of the 7 villages, and it's amazing how many people that might live in West Barnstable that have never been over to Cotuit, or vice versa. We are a town, a unique town of 7 villages, and even though they have their own smaller government, we are one town, and we do a we get guides for each village, history, where the libraries, where the important buildings are and the important facts about each village. And you get to see how vast our town is and how unique each village is.
Right.
So that's part of it.
And who is this good for? Is this good just for retirees, or should, younger folks looking to get, engaged in their municipal government and some of those things? What's the age group here?
The age is not a factor in it. I mean, we've had high school students all the way up to the sky's the limit.
Right.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And anyone who you asked who, it's like realtors often enjoy taking it, so they know more about, when they're selling homes to to their clients for their town. We've had teachers take it actually with their students, and it's open to and free to anybody who resides in the town or works in the town. So business owners too, you know, they get to see where all the tax dollars go, and I think you're right, everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the, I mean, the winters on Cape Cod can be long and dreary sometimes, and
Yeah.
this is probably one of the better nights out.
Yeah.
Right. And you also build a cohort of people that have learned with you together. So how many people do you accept into this class each year?
Well, we try to cap it off on a reasonable number, like it averages. Sometimes we have around 30 to 35. We were thinking about this, educated well over 700 people, and with all the people that have taken this. It's amazing. And the good thing is it gives, there's lots of goals of this, not just to educate them, show them the inner workings and the frustrations and challenges of each department and the accomplishments, because they don't often hear about that, but also to volunteer. That's another goal of this, is people are looking for things to do sometimes and they need a vehicle. So this, after listening to all the departments, you know, they'll feel more comfortable contacting somebody and say, hey, I'll work the desk at the senior center, or I'll go count shellfish, or I will do. There's so many ways in this town people can volunteer and get involved. We feel this course gives them a vehicle to do that. Yeah.
And do you fill up each year?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and on that note, if there's anyone out there that's thinking of participating in the program this coming 26th session, I would strongly suggest that they apply as soon as possible. Time is of the essence, so to speak, and the class is filling up.
Yeah.
Okay. Class is filling up, so let's just reiterate it's 11 consecutive weeks. When does it start?
We'll be starting on January 29th, which is a Tuesday, and we'll be meeting our first night at the town hall at 6:30.
Okay. 6:30 to 9? 6:30
Exactly.
to 9.
And we stick to that. Yeah.
We stick to that. That's always good.
We
'cause,
do.
You know, folks, it's one of the things that I've noticed going through the Police Citizens Academy, which I'm currently doing right now, is that there's this real disconnect between what happens in a particular department to what they see out on the street kind of thing.
Exactly.
So the same thing with the town. You know, you might hear the word planning and development, but what is that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And as one participant said, I now have a face to a name. I know who to call. And I think when they're done with this course, people feel more connected, as you said, and also comfortable to call. I think it's really good for anybody who lives or works in the town, and we get good feedback.
Feedback's really important because this is also designed to provide feedback to the town. We don't work in a vacuum here at Town Hall. We want to hear what people think and what they might want. So how does this help people understand how to give feedback back to the town? Like, you said a name and a face and a name.
They're going to meet the department heads, so they're going to have a direct line, so to speak,
Yeah.
to wherever their suggestion may be.
So they're actually meeting the people who run the department.
Absolutely. I mean, they give them the numbers, whatever. If you've got a pothole problem, you know who to call. And I think it makes people just have that connection. That was the original goal. You know, it is an overview, as Arthur said. Time is our worst enemy. There's no way. We cover over 20 departments. In 11 weeks, we are moving. I mean, we move from location to location, but we also move from department to department. And so it doesn't, they get the overview and then they take it on their own. And also a vehicle to volunteer.
Excellent. Anything else you want folks to know before we end today?
No, I just want to thank you for having us and look forward to getting the session started.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Same, Paula. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.